Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is Madden 18 Dallas Cowboys franchise, and this is the Cowboys Insider here. This is episode 25, and we are going to do a quick review here of week 2. As you see there, the score 24-17, a great victory there in Houston against the Texans, who are now 0-2 and still searching for their first win of the new season. So Cowboys picked off a great, just had a great game in the first drive. They were able to score, go down the field and score, and they did very well in that aspect there. Of course, you know, there were some things in our game that we had to still had to deal with. We had trouble with the running game there against theirs because Miller had a great run there. He had two good runs there, was more than 20 yards or something like that. There was one of them was like a 47-yard run there. So we're able to cap the running game as much as we wanted to. But yeah, we're gonna see about trying to trying to get defeat them. So the numbers for Prescott, 21 of 34. He had 345 yards. He's completed 61% of his passes there in that, and 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And that was one of the things that I think I mentioned at the beginning of this new season here, that we were going to have to kind of keep in check for Dak, as we didn't want him or any other person to, or we didn't want him to be throwing multiple touchdowns like that, or multiple interceptions I should say. We would like to have him throw multiple touchdowns, but we don't want him to throw multiple interceptions like he did last year, where he had just as many interceptions as he did as touchdowns. So we don't want that to happen, and we wanted to change that. And one things were that for if he throws 10 interceptions this season, he has to keep it under 10. But if he throws 10, then he'll have to set out a couple of games. Now, I try to get a hold of the coaches here about that after the game, and he did throw 2 picks there, so he has now 8 left that he can play around with before he is being set out for a game. And we asked the coaches, was it for every 2 he's going to set out a game, which would make 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That'd be 5 games. Or was there what was the number? What how's it going to happen? All that, and the coaches were kind of tight-lipped about it, and they really didn't want to say too much about that. As you take a look there, you see him in the news feed there. So yeah, Prescott, he is going to gonna have to watch what he does there. He's gonna have to be better at reading the passes. Now, a lot of people are kind of speculating, okay, this is the reason why they brought in, or they're trying to push out Prescott and trying to get Kaepernick in, and that's not the case. Kaepernick is only in there for to help out, because we did have we was kind of with the way he was getting tackled last year and getting sacked. We were kind of, or at least the organization was kind of concerned about him being being hurt and stuff like that. So we want to have a somewhat experienced quarterback. Not saying that we don't have any faith in Cooper Rush, but we do want to have somebody with some experience, especially if we get down to the point there. As you take a look at our injury report there, and there you see our current standings right now. You'd be kind of concerned. You want somebody with some experience going down the line there, especially in the heat of things. Once we get into the dark depths of the season there, weeks 10 through 17. And if you've been watching football here the last couple of seasons, you've seen a lot of weird things happen. Teams go on these great stretch there, and then all of a sudden, when that one player goes down, teams are scrambling. So I think here at some point here the coaches did say that Kaepernick will be involved in some possible changes to his or in the formations there, or in the playbook. There are going to be some plays there that are some formations that it will be specifically for him. And once Boyd gets out of injury there, he'll be involved in a couple of play sets there with him and Kaepernick. So Kaepernick will be on the field. There'll be some change of the guard a little bit, not much. He won't be in too many of the plays there on the field there for us. But for the most part there, he will be there to help out Dak in some areas there that he needs help with when we start getting down to the stretch here. So Dak, because I don't like seeing Dak have to throw 40, 50 times a game. So we kind of want to have Kaepernick in there to help him out with the passing and give him some time to get some formation, and also to get some spice up the offense there, and kind of just shake up what the other defenses have to do. They have to switch out different players because different guys in different formations do a lot more better against one quarterback than they do for another. So they'll be scrambling, changing up plays, trying to change up their schemes and stuff like that for us there when we're on offense. So just kind of shaking up some things here and want to get things going. Now, that will be happening here probably here in the next couple of weeks. But as for the interceptions thing, that is going to be a thing where the coaches said, again, they were kind of a little tight-lipped about it, but they said it's just going to be case by case. It depends on where they're at in the season, and how quickly if he gets these interceptions. If he gets more than he starts getting multiple, get him if he's throwing 3 or 4 in a game or something like that, then he may get set out sooner. So it just depends on Dak's play. As you take a look at our top players from week 2 there, it just all depends on Dak's play and what the team right now where they're currently at that time, where they're be where their status is. So again, just we'll keep news and we'll try to keep up we'll try to get as much information we can out of the coaches there about that situation there, and of course you guys will be the first ones to know when we find that out. So take a look at our game plan here for the Buccaneers there you see. We're gonna have to try to get our medium passing game there, and there you see the Buccaneers. They like to run the cover 2 defense most of the time. We should focus on the drive, drill, and the counter there for that. So medium passes, try to not throw nothing too deep there against them, and we'll see how that goes there. And then defensively here, which we'll see here in just a bit there, we look like we're gonna have to pass defense there, the cover 2. So a lot of and that's one thing we're trying to be working on these here, especially this last week here. We've been trying to work on the linebackers there, trying to cover a lot more than they normally do, and that's become a problem. So slant route or the slant flats there, so there's going to be a lot of short passes there defensively that we're going to have to watch out for when they're on offense, and just try to see what we can do and make sure that we can keep them in check there. Doug Martin there, who does a great job there for them in the running back position there. Mike Evans also a top threat there on offense there. So just try to keep the ball in front of us. And just try to really, I like to see the linebackers and even some of the safeties there, safeties and corners there to come in on some blitz plays. And I think that's where at least when I talk to coaches, they're going to try to come up with something for this week's game against the Bucs. But there you see the Bucs came close the last 2 weeks there with a victory. Giants there came up short 21-16, and then just last week against the Panthers 26-14 there in that game there. So we'll try to see if we can try to get get away from them, try to pull away from them as much as we can. Not going to be easy because they have been playing close to with a lot of teams there, and like I said, won't be able to have the chances to throw downfield deep or anything like that. We will have to watch out for guys like Deshaun Jackson, Howard, and Martin and Evans there on their offense, and that's like I said, going to be a key thing for us coming up in this game here. Not going to be an easy game, even though there are 0-2. They're going to be chomping at the bit for a win, and we're going to try to do everything we can to try to avoid that. And that's for us. We got to try to keep Dak upright, also to give him enough time in the pocket there to be able to throw down the field. Not to mention receivers, they got to get open. They got to get open for him and do well for him, so we can have a successful game. And if all those things come together, especially with the running game, that we like to open up a little bit more. Have Zeke really. I like to see Zeke have a 100-yard game. He did for week 1. He didn't get so much so in week 2 there. But in week 3 here, we like to try to get him going and just let him run the open gate and just let him run along with him and McFadden. Take a look at Jameson Winston's numbers there, former Heisman Trophy winner, and there you see his numbers so far this season. Kind of quiet, 417 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions there for him. 7 sacks here this season there. So he's not playing a good game right now, but like I said, it's still early. As we're only in the first 2 weeks of the season. Mike Evans, wide receiver from Texas A&M, 4-year man, 6'5", 231 pounds. And there you see his numbers there. And he is definitely a superstar that we're going to have to really keep an eye on there on offense. He is going to be all around the field. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't keep him in one spot. He's going to be just about everywhere. Any chance of him staying in one spot or not. If he's not in the outside, he'll be on the inside. He'll be in the slot position. So we really gonna have to keep an eye on him. So far, no touchdowns there for him, but he has 4 receptions for 49 yards so far this season. So they haven't used him as much or hadn't utilized him as much here this season. And then you got your defensive tackles there. McCoy, 8-year man from Oklahoma, 6'4", 300 pounds there. There you see his tackle and block shedding there. Tackle great. Strength is awesome. And there you see the rest of the stats there for this season, or his overalls there. And then take a look at his stats here. He got 12 tackles so far, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, no interceptions. He does have a deflected pass there, so he is putting his hands up in front of the quarterback, and he's not to mention he's getting hold of the quarterback. Only 2 sacks so far, but he is definitely one of those key guys there on the offensive or the defensive line there for the Bucs that could cause us some trouble. So one of the guys we're just watching out for here. And there you see Davis there, the right outside linebacker. Another guy there, decent tackle, block shedding, needs a little help there. But pursuit's right there, so he can definitely, and same thing as play recognition. So he's going to be watching us like a hawk, especially if we are running with Dak there, and also in the running game and just in general there on Elliott. So we're going to try to see if we can stay away from his side of the field. If we can try to, a couple times run on his side, but for the most part they're running on the left side there, so he cannot get a hold of us there. But there you see his numbers so far this season, as he's putting together I got 7 assist tackles there, but for the most part they're just kind of quiet for right now. Deshaun Jackson, former longtime Eagle, now with the Bucs, 10-year man from California, 5'10", 31 years of age, 175 pounds. Great speed there, and like I said, he's going to be in that slot position there. A lot of the slant routes there, I'm pretty sure the passes are going to be going to him. And there you see his numbers here so far. No touchdowns just yet. He has 10 receptions for about 87 yards. So he hasn't been able to get in the end zone as much. But this game right here could be the breakout game that he'll need, and he would love to do something against, especially a team that won the Super Bowl last season. He would love to do something about that. So, and then Doug Martin there, you halfback for the Bucks there. Boy, Boise State, 6-year guy, 5'9", 29 years of age, 223 pounds, and again, decent speed, great acceleration there. Ball carry and vision there, great for him. And trucking there, also on top notch there. Just a great little guy there that can just go down the field there, and he can put a hurting on guys. He can bruise guys up pretty well, and we'll try to see if we can try to wrap him up and really try to pretty nice when he runs. It's going to have to be all hands on deck there, so we're just going to have to gang tackle him like no other and make sure he stays in place there and make him try to lose some yardage here in the game. So that's going to be very important for us there. So if we can, make him one-dimensional, keep Doug Martin out of reach in most of the game, and especially not just the running game but the passing game there, because he's also got good hands on him. We'll try to see. We might have a chance here to win this ball game here and bring home another victory there. But if not, then this will be a great victory for the Bucks to get a hold of us and expose some stuff on us. So hopefully next week that won't be the chance here, but we'll see what we can do in week 3 as we take on the Bucks. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. Make sure you hit that bell notification to be notified when the latest episode of the Cowboys franchise and Cowboys Insider are up here on ESGNet. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The links are down below in the description. And as always, keep yourselves and each other healthy. And stay tuned for more Dallas Cowboys football here on ESGNet. But again, keep yourselves healthy and keep yourselves and each other healthy. And I will see you guys next time.